The most dangerous criminals do not use weapons. They use your own mind against you. They never break into your house. You open the door, smile, and invite them inside. Con artists are not lucky. They are master psychologists who studied exactly how humans decide. And here is the uncomfortable truth. The smarter you think you are, the easier you can be to fool. Because intelligence makes you certain it could never happen to you. That certainty is the doorway. Today I am going to expose their entire playbook, step by step, so it can never work on you. We will walk through the exact tactics, the famous real cases, and the red flags that save you. This is not to teach you to deceive. It is armor, so that no one ever deceives you. Stay to the end, because the final defense is the one simple habit that stops almost every scam. Let's step inside the mind of the con. Tactic 1. They build trust faster than any honest person ever would. A con artist mirrors you. Your humor, your values, your dreams, reflected perfectly back at you. Suddenly here is someone who just gets you, who feels like a friend you have known for years. That instant connection is not chemistry. It is a technique, practiced and aimed straight at you. Real trust is slow. So be quietly suspicious of anyone who feels like family far too fast. Tactic 2. They wear the costume of authority. A title, a uniform, a fancy office, an important-sounding badge, all designed to switch off your doubt. We are deeply wired to obey authority, a reflex psychologists proved in famous experiments. The con knows this, so they manufacture the appearance of authority they have not actually earned. So always verify. Real authority survives a phone call to the real institution. Fake authority panics. Tactic 3. They show you that everyone else is already doing it. Nothing calms a nervous victim like the sense that respected, normal people are already in. Testimonials, success stories, photos of happy members. It is social proof, weaponized. If everyone is winning, your fear of missing out quietly overpowers your common sense. But a crowd of victims is still a crowd of victims. Popularity is not proof of safety. Tactic 4. They put you under a ticking clock. This offer ends tonight. Only 2 spots left. You must decide right now, this very moment. Urgency is the con artist's favorite weapon, because a rushed brain cannot think clearly. When you are hurried, the calm, logical part of your mind shuts down, and emotion takes the wheel. So remember this line forever. A real, legitimate opportunity does not die from a single day of thought. Anyone who refuses to let you sleep on it is telling you exactly what they are. Tactic 5. They bait the hook with greed, or with fear. The greed hook promises returns that are impossible. Double your money, guaranteed, with zero risk. And here is an iron law of finance. Guaranteed high returns with no risk do not exist. Ever. The fear hook is the opposite. Your account is compromised. Act now or lose everything you have. Both hooks do the same job. They flood you with emotion so logic never gets a chance to speak. Tactic 6. They start with something tiny. The first ask is small and safe. A small deposit. A little information. A harmless first favor. Once you have said yes once, you are far more likely to keep saying yes, again and again. Each small step makes the next one feel normal, until you are in far deeper than you ever planned. So watch the very first small yes. That is where the trap quietly closes behind you. Tactic 7. They isolate you from anyone who might warn you. Do not tell your family yet. They will not understand. This is our little secret for now. A con artist fears one thing above all. A calm outsider who is not caught in the spell. So they wall you off from advisors, friends, and anyone who might break the illusion. The moment someone says keep this between us, sound every alarm you have. That is the tell. Now let me show you these tactics in the most famous real cases in history. The very word for it comes from one man. Charles Ponzi, back in 1920. He promised investors enormous returns, and at first, he delivered, which built total trust. But he was not investing anything. He simply paid the old investors with the new investors' money. As long as new victims poured in, the illusion held. When they slowed, the whole thing collapsed. That trick, paying the old with the new, is now called a Ponzi scheme, and it never truly dies. Because nearly a century later, one man ran the exact same con on a scale nobody imagined. Bernie Madoff stole an estimated $65 billion in the largest Ponzi scheme ever. He fooled banks, charities, celebrities, and brilliant financial experts for decades. How? He used every single tactic we just covered. Authority, trust, exclusivity, and social proof. He was respected, connected, and famously hard to invest with, which made people beg to get in. His genius was making the trap feel like a privilege. That is the dark art at its peak. And these cons did not die with the past. They simply moved onto your phone and your screen. Today they arrive as a charming stranger online, a fake romance, slowly building love and trust. Then, gently, comes a story of a crisis, an opportunity, and a request for money to help. Others arrive as an urgent text from your bank, a fake delivery, a frozen account, a tax demand. Different costumes, identical playbook. Trust, urgency, emotion, isolation, and then the ask. Once you can see the pattern, you can never quite unsee it again. And that is your protection. So let me hand you your armor. The simple defenses that stop almost every con cold. Defense 1. Slow everything down. Urgency is the weapon, so time is your shield. No matter the pressure, give yourself a day. Sleep on it. Cons cannot survive a calm, rested mind. Defense 2. Verify independently. Never use the phone number or link they give you. Look up the real institution yourself, and contact them through their own official channel. Defense 3. Talk to an outsider. Tell exactly the person they told you to keep it from. A calm, uninvolved friend can see in 10 seconds what your excited brain cannot see at all. Defense 4. Remember the iron law. If it sounds too good to be true, it simply is. No exceptions. No special cases. No secret method that only you were lucky enough to find. Defense 5. Never let anyone rush you, isolate you, or shame you into staying silent. Secrecy and pressure are the fingerprints of a con. Honesty welcomes your questions and your time. Now you might still be thinking, this would never work on me. So let me explain why that is the trap. Cons rarely fail because the victim was stupid. They succeed because the victim was human. They strike when you are vulnerable. After a loss, a divorce, a job change, or deep loneliness. In those moments, your guard is down and your hope is high, and hope is exactly what they sell. Smart people are often easier targets, because their pride refuses to believe they were fooled. And once they have taken a little, a darker psychological trap snaps shut. The sunk cost trap. You have already put in money, so quitting means admitting it is gone, and that hurts too much. So instead of walking away, you pay more, chasing the money you already lost. The con counts on this. Every extra dollar feels like it is protecting the last one, when it is only feeding the fire. If you ever feel that pull, paying more to justify what you already paid, stop instantly. that feeling is not logic. It is the trap itself, whispering in the voice of your own pride. There is one more cruelty you must know about, because it preys on people who were already hurt. It is called the recovery scam. After you have been conned, a new stranger appears. They claim they can get your lost money back, for a small upfront fee, of course. It is a second con, hunting the wounded victims of the first. Real recovery never asks for cash up front. This is why so many scams target the elderly, who may be lonely, trusting, and less online. The grandparent scam is brutal. A panicked voice claims to be a grandchild in terrible trouble. Love and fear flood the mind, the clock ticks, and the money is sent before reason returns. So if you take one action from this video, let it be this. Go talk to the people you love. Tell your parents and grandparents the simple rules. Slow down. Verify. Call me before you pay. Set up a family password, a secret word, so a panicked call can always be checked in seconds. The con artist's greatest enemy is a family that talks openly about exactly how cons work. Knowledge spread through a family is a wall that almost no con can climb over. So let's bring it all together, because the lesson here could one day protect everything you own. Con artists do not hack computers. They hack your trust, your fear, your greed, and your urgency. They build fake trust, fake authority, and fake crowds, then rush you before you can think. From Ponzi to Madoff to the stranger texting you right now, the playbook never really changes. And your defense is almost embarrassingly simple. Slow down, verify, and talk to someone you trust. The con needs you rushed, emotional, and alone. So be patient, be calm, and never decide alone. Share this with someone you love, especially anyone who might be targeted. It could save them. Tell me in the comments. Have you ever spotted one of these tactics aimed at you? And subscribe, because the more you understand the human mind, the harder you are to fool.